the Motor City, to Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Ford Field. Here comes a return from the... Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. Special Teams has come up with the recovery. What a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking of getting the ball, getting your script, running your plays. Instead, Greg, it is a fumble lost on the opening kickoff.
It's just absolutely the most disastrous beginning of a game you could possibly dream up. And what you do now, Mike, is not only does the other team get the ball, you send your defense out there early in this game and force them to have to defend the short field right away. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll send a tight end in motion. On second down, here's McCarthy. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
Every team in the league has their own set of scramble rules, and what that means, Mike, is when the pocket breaks down and the quarterback gets flushed, everyone understands, based on where they are in the field, how they can remain friendly to the quarterback. Great execution here leads to a nice game.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. Here's a run. Ball at the 3, second down and goal. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's got his big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Now the try for an extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings will take a 7-0 lead. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. We'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Detroit. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking.
He gets free. Now he's loose at the 40. To the 20. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. An even 100 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a 1st down. At the very least, give our punter some room out of the end zone. But not this guy. He's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
This fielded at the 2. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He connects with Disley. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end.
And he'll get this very close to a 1st down. A nice run there, but just end up a little bit short.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That is intercepted. Picked off by the former Florida State Seminole. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream, a pick 6 for touchdown. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the 1st half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Slot man in motion left. On 1st down, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Whoa. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple of years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Gibbs. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. One more time, they tried Gibbs. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On play action, here's McCarthy. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
On 1st down, here's McCarthy. That is caught. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. A big play for Minnesota. It's a gain of 49. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. And that won't get a whole lot. To about the 5. Here now, second down and goal. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the linebacker, Derek Barnes.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. From the gun, it's Goff. He's going to tuck it and go. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's caught by Gibbs. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll begin here on the ground. Oh, a short game there to about the 22. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll go play action with Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Man in motion, heading left. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. They'll take this down to about the 15. The Lions called their first time out. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Goff. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Going for it all. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup. And right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch.
That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.